I thought I'd just do a quick clip really. I've been back at home now for is it 8 weeks since I finished the Southwest Coast Path. So I made a new friend this week, Jermaine, and he said, just do a little update, Ben. And I thought, oh, that's a good idea. So this is my little walk that I do most days actually. I'm really lucky. I live just over there, just over the other side of the motorway. You can hear the motorway. But yeah, just a couple of 100 yards from my house. And I'm in the fields and stuff. It's quite nice. Do a little loop. It's probably like 7-8 miles. Do it most days. Yeah, it keeps me going. It's not the Southwest Coastal Path, is it? But yeah, it keeps me going. So I just wanted to give a little bit of update on what I'm doing. I've had a bit of a bad day today actually. I've been trying, even though my background is software and project management and stuff, I've been trying to get my HGV license this week because I've always wanted to drive a lorry. Ever since I fell off my motorbike this last year and a lorry driver picked me off the floor, I thought, do you know what? I fancy that. So yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. Hey, you alright? So yeah, I've been training all week. That's where I met Jermaine, and he's been teaching me, and I've let him down today because I passed everything all week, and then I'd had the final test today, and I made a right hash of it really. I was so nervous though. But yeah, just on the day I weren't good enough. But yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? If I'd passed, I would have been on cloud 9, and now I failed. I'm a bit moody, but hey, do you know what? There's stuff I can work on. I shouldn't give up, and yeah, hopefully I'll get my HGV license at some point. It's not like I need it now or anything like that. So yeah, just something I wanted, and yeah, I'm gonna have to try a bit harder to get it, aren't I? Yeah, so it was all new. I was never going to put the Southwest Coastal Path stuff up on YouTube, but a friend of mine, Nicole, she persuaded me to upload it. She went, yeah, people will like it. I'm like, what? It's dead boring. Anyway, a few people have watched it, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, it was nice to share, and some people have said they'd like to do it. And do you know what? If I've even encouraged one person to walk it, then you know, that makes me feel really nice. And I've really appreciated all the nice comments and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not a producer, I'm not natural on the camera, but hey, it's been fun, and it was, like I say, it wasn't nice. Not too many negative comments anyway. So yeah, just got this walk. Just about 6-7 miles. I tend to pop to Tesco's, buy myself a meal deal. It's part of the routine. I quite like it. Makes me feel like good. Keeps my mind in place. And Jenny's looked nice enough to let me out all the time. I don't know what I'd do about all this walking. I really don't. So my plans for future walks. I do want to do some more. I've obviously done some. I did some before the Southwest Coastal Path, but I just never filmed them. So last year I tried in November, I think it was, to do the West Highland Way again. I'd already done it in April, but I wanted to do it in the winter, and I ended up having to bail at Bridge of Orkney because the paths had got too icy, and I was on a bit of a deadline. I had to get home for something, so I bailed at Bridge of Orkney, and then the storm came through, and then on the ride home I managed to fall off my bike. It wasn't a massive crash or anything like that, but yeah, still knocked me for 6 a bit, so that was a bit of a disaster. But I'd like to give that another go. I'd like to try the West Island Way in winter again. But I thought this time I'd give myself a bit more time, and I'd try and maybe do the Outer Hebridean Way as well. Get some ferries in there and some trains. Yeah, just mix it up a bit. So I'll do the Outer Hebridean Way, then get back to Inverness, do the Great Glen Way backwards, and then do the West Island Way backwards, and then come home. And if a storm's coming in this time, which is what went wrong for me last time, I won't ride home. I'll wait it out, because that was stupid. So that's one of my plans. And the other one was I was thinking, I've got a really good friend that lives in Bristol, and I thought I might get the train down to Bristol and then try and walk home from there, do a bit of wild camping on the way up. So it's not a recognised route or anything. I thought that would be fun, just trying to really push my braveness in wild camping. Yeah, just in places I don't know, or not on recognised trails anyway. So yeah, that's something, I think I'll try. I'm actually getting married in September, and then we're going on honeymoon straight afterwards, and then we're having a party around October to celebrate our marriage. So I thought in between the honeymoon and the party, I'd try and fit that in. Thought that would be fun, and I've been given permission on that already, because Jenny's already said, look, when we get back from honeymoon, I'll be grumpy because the kids will have trashed the house. They're all over. They're all 18 and over, so I'm not doing anything bad. But they will have. They don't tidy up. They're very messy. Are you all right? Yeah, not bad. It's gone warm again, hasn't it? I thought it was cold. Now it's hot.
Come on, madam.
Hello. Yes. Anyway, so in anticipation of that, I'm going to be let out for a few days. I think Bristol to Leicester will only last, I reckon, 4 or 5 days. Shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, I think that's about it. So I think I'll film it. If someone's interested, they can watch it. If not, then don't, I guess. I'll try to be okay about that. It's probably not the most interesting footage, is it? Anyway, thanks again for watching the South West Coastal Path stuff. I can't believe anyone watched it, and I can't believe anyone liked it. So I'm just so grateful. I'm trying out a different camera today. Got like an Osmo Action 4, and it's all new, so the footage is bad. Well, I think most of my footage is bad, so be used to it. And got a new mic as well, so I'll play it back in a minute and see if any of this has worked. Right, I'm going to get on. This Walkadoo's sort of evolved over the years. It used to involve quite a lot of road, and then then I sort of found little nooks and crannies you could walk through. So there's a bit of road walking, but now I'm on just walking through an old golf course. This used to be Western Park Golf Course, and it's not a golf course anymore. It's just some paths and stuff, and you can. I mean, it's massive. I think I assume someone wants to build houses here at some point, but hey, so far so good. It's just a nice place for me to walk. So yeah, I have bits of road and then nice bits like this. So in a minute this will come out on an industrial estate, which isn't so nice. Well, they've got a certain charm, haven't they? The more industrial parts, and then it's along the main road for a while, but then it tucks down next to a railway line, and which barely gets used, and over some more fields, and then back to my village where I live. Yeah, so over the time I've just found the different routes. You're meant to mix up your walks a bit to make them more interesting, but I'm a bit of a creature of habit. I like to go where I know. Every now and then I'll make a change, but yeah, I like this one at the moment. It's my feel-good place, and like I said before, Jenny's so nice to me and amazing, and just lets me do whatever I need to do. I miss the Southwest Coastal Path so much. I wish I was still there. Certainly when you're doing these walks, you know, the big walks, you sometimes think, oh, this is so hard, especially when the rain's driving and stuff, or you're hungry or whatever. This is so hard, you know, make it end. And then it does end, and you go, like, take me back there. I really miss it. I think it does the same for everyone. I met a guy once who was walking Land's End to John O'Groats, and he said, you know you're in trouble when you start buying new kit. Well, I bought a new rucksack because I've decided to try something a bit lighter. I did like my rucksack, but I don't think it fit me quite properly. It just had a gap just where on my hip bone, probably where it shouldn't have done. I think any other shape, thinner or fatter, would have been fine. I think I just got a bit unlucky, so it's sliding down my hips a bit and then getting on my shoulders. So I'm hoping this new one will be better. It's certainly lighter. I have had some questions about kit. Some people at Jenny's work, and I had a question on YouTube. So I'll do a kit list. I'll put it on my website. I might go through it on a video. I don't know. Everyone does that though, don't they? But I guess people are interested in what you've used. But yeah, I'll address the kit at some point. I had pretty good kit. I was quite happy with it. But hey, there's always improvements. There's always money to spend. So the mic, I think it's working all right. I think I needed a wind muff though. So the wind noise is still a problem. But some of my videos from the Coast Path, the wind was a nightmare. Don't know how anyone could listen to that. It was appalling. But yeah, one of the questions on YouTube was what kit did I not have that I wish I had, and vice versa, what did I have that I didn't use? And it was a really good question, and do you know what, I don't think I've fully come up with an answer yet. There's some kit that maybe might have had a bit different, but I can't think of anything that I actually carried all the way around that I didn't use. I'm trying to think. I probably carried more fuel, like meths, than I needed. But yeah, I'm going to have a think. Now obviously I messed up this time and ended up sending back quite a lot of kit in Sidmouth. So there were things in there like I took a down jacket which I decided I didn't need, and a tripod for my camera and my umbrella and all things like that, because I was having obviously issues with my knee, so I just wanted to save weight. And I didn't really miss those items that I sent back. I only missed one item that I sent back, and that was the sheet for my air mattress. But then Jenny brought that back down for me again, so I overdid it a bit, but I got that back. But yeah, I'm going to have a longer think about that question, because I think it's a really good question. I just can't think what the answer is at the moment. There's something quite satisfying, isn't there, when you're out for a walk and the traffic's bad, because traffic's pretty bad out there. Although the motorway was moving-ish. But yeah, something nice about just being on your own 2 feet, not stuck in traffic. It reminds me I'm a lucky man. The walk's not quite doing it for me today. I'm still a little bit bothered about the test failure, I must admit. I'm trying to be pragmatic about it and just say it's just one of those things. Jermaine was saying that, I just had a bad hour really, and I'd been really good, and that was in the training. That's really nice of him. But we could always get better, can't we? So I'm trying to be positive and think, do you know what? I'm going to hopefully get him again. Really like him. Hopefully he'll be able to train me a bit more, get a few more hours in, and I'll hopefully be a better driver for it. But can't help but I don't think I showed the best of myself to that examiner, and I feel a bit embarrassed. I feel like he might think I'm just some kind of, I don't know, chancer or something. I mean, I was trying my best, but yeah, I just keep thinking the test over and over, and it's sort of bothering me. But you know, when I eventually do pass, I'll feel better for it. And it's not the first test I've failed in my life. And, hey, let's hope it won't be the last, because it'll mean I'm still pushing myself, won't it? And I failed on these walks as well. And it didn't. You just carry on, don't you, until you succeed. Right, back to the kit list. So, kit list wise, now there was one item I took that I didn't use. Now it barely weighed anything. It must have weighed about 50 grams. But it had a trip of the Southwest Coastal Path, and it didn't get used. And that was I had a little sit pad, like a little foam sit pad. I took that instead of a chair because I didn't want the weight of a chair. But really, I think I either should have just taken nothing in that sense, or just taken a chair and accepted the extra weight, but had the luxury of a chair. Because I probably would have appreciated a chair sometimes. But yeah, so the sit pad every now and then fell out of my bag, and I had to put it back in again. So it's probably a little bit of a nuisance. Weight-wise, nothing, but yeah, a bit of a nuisance. So the sit pad is definitely an item that I took, and I don't think I used it. I'm pretty sure I didn't use it. It might have been one time, I don't know, but I don't think I used it. So there you go, sit pad. Now, in terms of an item I wish I had, but didn't have, the thing that I thought of straight away is not quite right. Because I did have a way of cooking food, but I was sort of obsessed with cooking on a little trangier with meths and stuff. It felt quite exciting, and I was thinking, oh yeah, and I can always buy meths at a hardware store if I run out and stuff. And it felt quite pure. However, the reality was, I wish I'd taken just my little gas stove, because that had, you have more control over how powerful it is. So it would have boiled water faster, but then once, I was always doing soup noodles, once they got going, I could have turned it down to a bit of a simmer, and maybe I could have cooked other things as well, because I tried to cook a bit of steak and it burnt because the mess was too hot, and I was trying to control it with the lid of the transier, but it didn't really work. And also keeping the grass safe, I had to put silver foil out all the time to try and not. Are you right? Try and not torch the grass, and that was a bit of a faff. So yeah, so the item I think that I wish I'd had was my little, I think it's like a mini, it's called a Pocket Rocket 2, and that would have been tiny, and I wouldn't have had my meths leaks either, and yeah, I might have run out of gas, but there were a few camping stores on the way. I'm sure I could have found some gas canisters if needed. And I didn't do, all I did was cook soup, and it was really, so I probably wouldn't have got through much gas anyway. So yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, if I went again, wouldn't cook with meths. I'd definitely cook with gas. That's a good lesson learned then. There's loads of stuff that I think, if I'd had a different bit of kit, so if I had a different rucksack, that would probably have been better. Or sometimes I even still look at tents, although I really like my tent and I trust my tent. So there's other stuff I'd change out, but yeah, I think they were that was the big one, I think. Yeah, so now I'm wondering if that makes sense, because all I'm doing is changing out my cook system. But I think I'm going to say it's different because a gas stove is different to a meth stove. That's not like saying a tent A instead of tent B. They're both tents, aren't they? So yeah, I'm still going to stick with that because I can't think of anything else that I wish I had that I didn't have. So I'm coming about a mile from the end of my walk now. Hey, it's been nice to do a bit of filming. It has helped. I've been trying to listen to a podcast, but all I can keep on thinking about is, Ben, you failed. It just keeps going back into my head. Oh, I wish it'd go away. It'll go away eventually, so why can't I make it just go away now? That'd be nice. Anyway, I hope this has been vaguely interesting. I'm about to go down into Kirkby now, past Kirkby Castle, and then back home to Ratby. That's Bradgate Park out to the distance, and then I don't think you can see it. There's Kirkby Castle in the foreground, well, just beyond the bushes, and then in the distance that's Ratby Castle. Oh, sorry, Ratby Church. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? I was on a busy road a minute ago, and now I'm walking down here. Yeah, lucky to live around here. So I'll leave it just on I'm not sure if I said I was going to leave it before, definitely leaving it now. I'll leave it on a funny story, but I think it's funny. When I was having one of my days, I was thinking, I want to get out on a walk, want to do another big hike and stuff. Even though I had these couple planned that I was mentioning. I've read books about people I've read our book, and I've heard of people that walk the whole UK coastline. Yeah, all the way around. It's taken about a year and a half often, I think. And I've never fancied it at all, too much. Thought, no, it's too far much. But I was having a particularly, what would you call it? Optimistic day, where I could do anything. And I said, Jenny, I've got an idea for a new walk. And she was like, okay, well, what's that then? Because she's normally quite encouraging. And I said, well, I fancied walking the whole of the UK coast path. And she said, no. And I said, but what about? And she said, no. So it's a no at the moment, which is fair enough, I think. But yeah, it started to come into my head that maybe one day, when the kids have left home, and hopefully if I can still walk, you never know. Maybe it's something we could do together, or or doing parts together or something like that. Anyway, it just made me laugh. I don't feel like she even considered it. I think the no was very quick. Yeah. Look, the motorway's up there. And it's not moving very fast. And I'm nearly home now. One last nice bit, then it's into the estate where I live, which isn't horrible, but it's not as nice as a field, and it's nowhere near as nice as the coastal path. Anyway, leave it there.